Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I feel like we've heard enough of this song. We probably can cut it out now. I just realized they have a plethora of time. They have an extensive amount of time. Well, usually they have a skosh on just a partial time. They usually have 5 minutes by time now. When I usually, start to talk at this moment in time, they'd be done qualifying. But yet they still have 5.5 minutes of qualifying. I mean, it's a long time left, man, for guys to put down 2 laps and see if they can get the fastest lap. And there's, 22 drivers out here tonight? Yeah, that's a very interesting one. Anywho, it's the Iron Thunder Racing Network coming back for round number 10 of the Iron Thunder Racing League Truck Series Season 7. We're on to chase race number 3 from the very controversial Charlotte Roval. Circa 2019. They updated this in 2019. The original one had the very simple, very fast, easy to wreck out of chicane. This one has a more of a, I guess, like a bus stop. They have like Daytona. And the front stretch chicane, you can kind of see a truck coming into the distance there. There's a truck currently doing a qualifying lap. But yeah, qualifying is currently going on. They still have 4.5 minutes left. And I feel like, now is a good time to continue to do the things we need to do here. Like talk about the track facts. This is again the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Roval. We've been here now twice. We've been to this track here in Charlotte, North Carolina now twice in the span of 3 weeks. This time on the 3.669 mile road course. That came from Wikipedia, so if that number is not correct, blame Wikipedia, not me. Tonight's race distance 146.76 miles, which comes out to 40 laps tonight. The year this track opened was 2018. The track itself opened up in 1960, so some 58 years later, we got this wonderful road course, this great road course. Not at all controversial, not at all should probably be the oval again on the schedule, but it is that. Tonight's caution for the stage will come out lap number 20, potentially the only caution we'll see tonight, as this is one of those races on the schedule where we don't get cautions. It's just the local cautions, and if there is a track blocker of any sort, that's when we get a caution for that. The weather for tonight's event is taking place today, November 13th, 2023, just a little more than 8 hours ago. Right now it's 7 hours and 56 minutes ago, taking place at 12:11 this afternoon, 12:12 now, in sim time here. The air temp is currently 80 degrees. The track temp will be 89. It's partly cloudy with a relative humidity of 0%, with the winds coming out of the south at 1 mile per hour. We did have a race last week taking place at North Wilkesboro, the track that no longer needs to be revived. Thank goodness. That track did just get repaved, so that's interesting. Let's see how it does next year in the All-Star race. So we did make a little bit of a leap and a hop. I think it was like an hour drive because they were promoting parking there during the All-Star race earlier this year. So it's about an hour drive for teams to come up here to Charlotte. Last week's winner was from Patterson. And then last week's points leader coming into last week's event did drop 2 positions. And Matt Cherry, he went from first down to third, currently 9 points back. And top 12 separate by 38 points. Realistically, we can probably start mathematically eliminating drivers after tonight. Even though I feel like this season has probably been the closest season we've had when it comes to terms of points, we can see widespread. But when you start talking about guys being 26, 33, 36, 38, maybe even 25 points back, it's starting to get into those realms of you need to hope some of these drivers in the top 5 are wrecking every week, and it's just kind of tough to do. I mean, we do have a difficult course here tonight, the Roval, and then a wild card next week at Talladega. So it's not impossible for them to start clawing their way back in, but they need a hope and a prayer here over the next 2 weeks that they can climb back in. But yeah, that is your points battle. It's Storm Patterson ahead by 4 on Brandon Klusterhuis, who did gain 3 spots after last week. Matt Cherry, like I said, did lose 2 spots in the points. He's currently sitting 9 back. Matt Quick, I think he is out here tonight driving his own truck. Yeah, he is out here by himself this week, not using a substitute driver. He's had issues or he's out of town and he had to get a flight back type of situation. He's currently sitting 12 points back thanks to his super sub in Kevin Hash. Ryan Dangler sitting 17 points back. Did lose 2 positions last week. And then Brandon Pemberton and Josh Coley are tied for 6th in points, 24 points back. And Kelvin, who is not here tonight, he will have substitute driver in Jackson Allen tonight, is sitting 26 back in 9th, gained 3 spots. Balfan did lose a spot. Tresnot maintained the same spot. And then Dave Matson lost 5 spots last week. But I think with 30 seconds left, we can go ahead and put down the screen and go to that. And then get ready here to talk about your starting lineup. This is Charlotte with right turns. And that's what it is tonight. We're getting down to the end of the season here, man. We just have 3 more races, including tonight left, and 2 more after tonight. So then we have very extended off season. I think I need to talk to the admin team to see if we potentially get some sort of a leak for any schedule that's coming up here in the next couple of weeks. On anything that's coming out here in the next near future for drivers to run. But we'll go ahead. We'll close out of this one. Do we want to do the NASCAR and Fox, or do you want to... We ended with ESPN Speed World. We'll go ahead and do it. Go ahead and get this here. Bar Chase. Currently. And let's go over your starting lineup tonight. Storm Patterson is your provisional pole sitter with a 1 minute 22.788 lap. He beat our outside pole sitter Jackson Allen by 88 1,000ths of a second. And round number 2, we'll see Brandon Pemberton in that wheeling, nice looking wheeling 48 Silverado. And Brandon Kluster, who's the winner on our only road course this season at Watkins Glen. And round number 3, we'll see 2 drivers currently not on the starting lineup. The 87 Ray Rittenauer, and then the 46 of Chris Gale. Starting in round number 4 will be Treston and another driver who's currently not on the starting lineup. The 4 truck of Elite Overton. He is coming out here racing for Paul and Jeff Cut tonight. Then is the second substitute driver you see in the field tonight. In round number 5, we'll start with the 03 machine and Kevin Hash. He's currently not on our starting grid, but chase driver in 3rd in points, Matt Cherry, will be starting 10th tonight. And round number 6, we'll see the number 94 machine of George Balfans Jr. And I can't read the hood, so I couldn't tell you what the hood says. But also another chase driver in Dave Matson. Round number 7, we'll see the return of Matthew Kluster in that Storm Patterson number 24 machine out of Shorter Boys Racing. And Matt Quick, who's finally in his own truck, the return of the Mats this week. In row 8, I think we're on row 8 now. I don't remember what row we're on. We'll see Manning Gregory in that Island Coastal Lager number 26 Toyota Tundra TRD, and Shane Fuller. In row 9, we'll see Josh Coley, who's not on the starting lineup, and Ryan Taylor. In row 10, we'll see Brian Mills, and should be Dylan Angel Hernandez Hale, but he's currently not on the starting lineup because he's an in-race admin. In row number 11, we'll see Paul Smith and Sawyer Ott. All right, we can cut to music. No more need for that music. Music can be turned off now. We can go ahead and just focus on the race, man. So we got 40 laps tonight. Again, stage caution, probably the only caution we will see tonight. Will come out on lap number 20. And it'll take a massive wreck for him to throw a full course caution tonight. I mean, I guess the only real position you potentially could see that situation might be... do I have a camera for that? Do I have the backstretch chicane? I do. We'll be here. Either in the entrance or any exit. Potentially on the front stretch chicane. You can see something here. Maybe up in turn number 1. Another situation where you can see him wreck. Other than that, there's maybe the Roval exit, but a lot of positions on these racetrack. I think it's wide enough for drivers to potentially go ahead and loop it, and then other drivers get through it. So it's not like it's one of those situations where you're potentially going to need a full course caution. I know there's some strategy where some drivers might be paying halfway through the stage tonight. I know after talking to some people, they say that potentially might be able to make it here through the final stage here as caution will come out at lap number 20. At completion lap 20, so coming to 21, where everything cycles back around, be starting lap number 22. So when everything does cycle out, it might have enough fuel to make it to the end of the race. You do get 2 sets of tires. It's a 30x incident limit. Again, stage points go out to your top 10. And think we covered everything in race number 10 to 12. I think it's gonna be an interesting one tonight. I think it might be a very exciting race tonight. As this race on the schedule did have some people with some comments made. Because if you don't know, the trucks don't run here in real life. Not only that, the wonderful folks in iRacing, I don't think had them here during Charlotte week. I think they had them at the Iowa Oval. So there is that. So I think they're using a combination of Mid-Ohio for the setup with some gear changes. With the 60% fuel and whatnot. So there is all that. But they're going through NASCAR 3 and 4 right now. And again, it'll be Storm Patterson, substitute driver Jackson Allen on the front row. As the iRacing.com pace truck gets ready to make a hard left-hand turn down pit road. And as we go to Barney the Flagman here, ready to go off of the chicane here as the green flag is out, as we are racing here at the Charlotte Roval. Oh, there's trouble already. The number 26 truck goes around. No contact made. There's a couple guys who started from pit road. Goes ahead and gets through. You see the 33 truck and the 89 truck almost gets involved there. But Storm Patterson's going to go ahead and drive away right now. There seems to be no issue there. Jack's down to lose a spot. And it's a single file that's out here. Through most of the field already. I mean, this is what this track is. So there's that. It says Brian Mills had an issue, but I think he might have just been blinking. I think it might have been one of those trucks with connectivity issues that you saw on the main Gregory wreck here. But through the backstretch chicane for the first time. You can see most of the drivers through here. Did I talk about Paul Smith? Paul Smith's on the starting lineup tonight. He was in the starting grid tonight. He's currently sitting 15th. Yeah, everyone gets through the backstretch chicane so far, no problem. And that's one lap here around the Charlotte Roval. Storm Patterson goes ahead and leads lap number 1. I think that secures him a bonus point to help him in that championship chase. I know he had a 4-point lead coming into tonight. And currently being the race leader that's looking to extend some of that here tonight. Our closest bout on the racetrack. Things have spread it out. This is starting to look like the GT3 series here. It's now on the inside here. This is a battle for 12th. 13's on the inside, number 57. That's Brian Mills completing the pass on Shane Fuller. And just a little bit ahead here, this will be the 94 truck, the pickle game machine of George Balfing, is currently battling with the 35 Ott Company LLC Silverado of Ott. And Balfing is able to pull a little bit there through NASCAR 1 and 2. And yeah, that's kind of a close battle on the racetrack. Things have started to spread out. I mean, Brandon's starting to close in here on the number 43 machine of Jackson Allen. Again, substitute driving for Kelvin Mosier. Brandon looked to drive it a little bit deeper in, but now falls to about a half second off here. Getting ready to go into turn number 1 here of the infield. Lee Overton looks like he had a little bit of an issue here. Let's go ahead and see what happened to that 4 machine. This is again coming off of into the last chicane here in the Charlotte Roval, trying to send it on the inside of the 4 truck. Oh, and he makes contact with Matt Klusterhuis. So he just sends it a little bit too far deep in when he did that. Not really in a position to potentially take that corner, and when he did that, Wills hops over that chicane and goes around, makes contact with the number 24 machine. While we're at it, we can go ahead and watch what happened to Manny Greger here in lap number 1. So we're going to try do what we do in the GT3 series, trying to watch everything. So we'll go back to lap number 1 and see what happened to Manning here. He's on the inside of Matt's, and oh, the truck just got evil on him. He happened just to be on the inside of Matson here. And when that happened, his truck just got loose. But he's rebounded. He's currently running 18th. Unfortunately, 2.3 seconds off the truck in front of him. And as again, a couple of our closest battles on the track. It's a half-second difference between the 94 and the 35. And well, it's a little bit more than a half-second difference here between the 25 and the 43. And I think it said the 24 truck was pitting here. He's on the apron here in NASCAR 3 and 4, getting ready to come down pit road here. Might suffered enough damage to pit on that 24 machine. I know Matt had some work conflicts here where he had to work the last couple of weeks. So unfortunately, his first start back in a couple of weeks here might be derailed here with an early pit stop here on lap number 4. It's still the 45 truck out front. He's pulled to about 1.5 second lead here on Brandon Pamitat. A couple of these trucks were pretty strong when we went to the first road course in the season back at Watkins Glen in, I want to say it was round 3-4 in this regular season here. Pamitat was one of those drivers who, I think he finished 4th, maybe in top 3 in that race. And one of those drivers who was battling with the SFTV guys. He's up there running 4th, 5th with Brian Klusterhuis and a couple other drivers here in the GT3 series. So it's not a surprise to see him currently running 2nd here tonight here at the Charlotte Roval. Brian Klusterhuis unfortunately has fallen 2nd off of the 43 truck. Looks like his truck might be just struggling a little bit, might be trying to save some tires here. As we all know, the iRacing.com Motorsport Simulation tires is not the best tire. They just get a little bit of heat to them, and then you're screwed for a while. As the 94 jumps over that inside curb there through the last chicane here, as he did complete the pads, actually lose a spot here on the number 35 machine. So he moves himself up to 8th. Lee Overton just a little bit behind here in 11th, currently trying to see if he can reel in the 13 truck, as actually looks like the 94 has some issues here. Potentially might have to give up some time there. Might have gotten a slowdown penalty after going through the front stretch chicane, as he's going to go ahead and fall back in line here behind Shane Fuller. That there does look like to be one of those slowdown penalties he's having to deal with, as he's currently looking like he's running very slow through there. I'm really starting to think he might have had a slowdown penalty he had to deal with. But Pamitat has closed in on the lead just a tiny bit. It's now down to 1.2 seconds here on Storm Patterson. Looks like it gets there a little bit better through that back stretch chicane here. Let's see what happens through front stretch chicane. Loses a little bit of time here in the 45 truck. And I mean a little bit. He lost almost 2/10 there coming through the front stretch chicane. I said Lee Overton had an issue, and he did. Let's go ahead and watch the replay on Lee Overton. This is going... Oh! No, I think he was expecting... Oh, no. Again, this is the 4 truck of Lee Overton in tonight for Paul Najivka. And it just looks like he's waiting, getting ready to just... I don't think he was expecting the 13 truck to break into the backstretch chicane as soon as he did, trying to carry a little bit more speed than the 13 truck. When he did that, you know, it just caused damage and actually a stack up here. You know, it comes off the front bumper of the 94 machine through the chicane, so it just goes from bad to worse. Looked like he's trying to rebound after his incident earlier. Now he sits about 15th place, 30-some seconds behind here. And it says Matt Kluster, who's had an issue. This is again going into the backstretch chicane. Oh, he just has connectivity issues. All right, that's not an issue. We're okay there. But Brian Kluster has reeled back in the 43 machine of Jackson L, and he's brought it to about a half second, 0.6 of a second of difference here. As Fuller is also being challenged here by the 09 machine of Dave Madsen getting ready to go on the backstretch chicane. We saw this be a problem area last time by. Looks like everyone gets through it okay this time between these 4 trucks. Ball fans at the distance here. And it looks like Kluster loses some distance here going into turn number 1 yet again. It's still Storm Patterson out front here in the Lane Coin Podcast Skybox NASCAR number 45 machine. I have him in the Flame Truck. I don't know if he's in the Flame Truck tonight or he's in the Kyle Larson Cretwin Bank machine. Pit stops do look to be happening here for the number 33 machine. He's coming down pit road in the Wilson's Farm machine. I have him in. Probably it's not in that, but that's why I have him in. He's coming down pit road. Looks like he's putting some tires on. Oh no, it might just be gas only. Looks like a gas only stop. 5.7. So out of the 3 out of the 4 trucks we've pitted so far, it looks to be gas only. Right now our hash and Cluster's coming down to fix damage, all pitted so far in this race. But it looks to be a very big strength for the number 25 machines inside back straightaway chicane. I mean, he's been able to get it back down to about 0.6 of a second of gap here. Seems like he loses a little bit of time here in the front stretch chicane and then getting ready to go through turn number 1. As you can see, he's about now 0.8 of a second back, 8.5 tenths behind number 43 machine. So it seems like the backstretch chicane's his strong spot on this racetrack, and he loses time on the back straightaway on the front stretch. He gains time on the back, loses time on the front. Stressing out, it's reeling in the 46 truck. Just a tiny bit Chris Scale here in the 46 truck. Kind of a pretty decent run for him. One of those drivers who did participate in the GT3 series. He participated. That's all I can say about that. He was out there. He's currently running 5th tonight here in the Shoulder Boys Racing organization. There's some magics on it. King CG1. You can find that on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, wherever you can stream stuff. That's where you can find Chris Scale, man. As Klusterhus is able to gain a lot of time this time. I don't know if Jackson Allen potentially had a little bit of a... I don't know what. We need to go back and watch the replay here as a pass is still being completed here by the 43 truck. We'll give this a little bit of time, then we'll back it up and see what happened here. See if we can potentially see on the right side of his truck. Maybe he made some contact there with the outside wall. The truck looked clean, so I don't know what happened to the 43 truck. When this balance too close to go ahead and go back and see what happened here. And it's still within about 0.4 of a second. Almost made contact with that wall that's just sticking out there. As we do have trouble to speed potentially with some chase drivers. Here's the number 94 machine getting ready to go in the back straightaway chicane. Oh, he locks it up, has issues. He slides around in front of the... Oh, no! He just locks it up. And then, unfortunately, Lee's just trying to look to avoid it here. I mean, he's really nowhere really to go. I mean, has a 12 truck on the inside there. And then, I mean, the 94 truck just... Man, I hate to see that. Chase contender George Balafans has issues now, drops back to 15th place, and then substitute driver Lee Overton in the Ford truck. It just seems like he's been in the wrong place, wrong time multiple times tonight. But now that we had some time here, we'll click the replay button to go all the way back to see what happened here with a 43 truck. So Brandon's closing in here. Oh, it looks like he might have got just a skosh tight there, and that gave an opportunity for Brandon to close in. Oh, and both of them almost hit the wall there. Just looked like he just got tight in that one spot. And that gave all opportunity for Brandon to close in and then get ready to make the pass here for 3rd. But Jackson's still within potential passing range if any situation were to happen. Being about 0.8 of a second off here. And let's see this time through here. It looks a little bit better this time. Not really losing much ground. By the way, we're halfway in the stage, and some pit stops are happening. Dave Matson's coming down pit road. You see the 13 truck down pit road. You also see Manny Gregory on pit road. So 3 more trucks are going and come down pit road here, about halfway through the stage. It's still Storm Patterson out front with about a 1.5 second lead. Pretty much has been sitting pretty idle in that 1.5 to 1.8 range behind Patterson. Do we see either one of these drivers potentially come down pit road this time by halfway through the stage? Patterson says no. And Pamatet says, go ahead, we're going to run one more. Same thing with Klusterhuis, Allen. No, Jackson Allen actually comes down pit road. I thought he was entering the front stretch chicane there, but Jackson Allen's down pit road. Chris Scale is going to stay out on the racetrack, and it looks like Matt Sherry has some issues there, according to my thing. I'm going to guess a little bit of a blink. Oh no, he actually had an issue. This is into the backstretch chicane. And it actually looks like Tristan also had an issue into the backstretch chicane. So two championship chase drivers having issues into the backstretch chicane here. Just doesn't look like it's slowed down enough for Tristan here. And just hit those bumps in a weird position. And then Cherry, for sure, didn't slow down. Has the brakes locked up. I don't know if he missed his braking point or what, but that's enough to send him through there. And I wouldn't be surprised if that caused him a slowdown penalty. It says Brian Mills has an issue here, and it does look like he does. Looks like he looped it around on the backstretch chicane. Oh, he blinked. I guess we can't see the wreck because it's just blinked on him. But Jackson Allen's back on the racetrack on his pit stop. He did take a set of his two tires here. Put some about 14.3 on his pit stop. And the only other driver who took tires on their stop would be Sort Ott, who's currently sitting back in 17th place. Everyone else looks like to be gas only. As we see Storm Patterson race leader down pit road. Hamatat and Klusterhuis ran to stay on the racetrack. Gives an opportunity for the 48 machine to lead a lap. Try to get one bonus point here. Oh, that doesn't actually give us a good spot. This is a pit road cam. Give us a good look. And it looks like tires were going up on this 45 machine. They are. So he is taking tires here. 84 is also on pit road. So halfway through the stage, you didn't see some drivers come down pit road. Some drivers might go ahead and stretch as far as they can. See if they potentially can take gas only to take tires and save a set for the second stint here. Again, I was also told that you might not need tires. So I don't, in that second stint, you might actually need fuel in the second stint. But for the first time tonight, we do have a lead change. It's 48 machine, the Wheelin' Silverado. And it looks to be designed by Splash and Go. Splash and Go does have some pretty talented painters out there. But it's Brandon Pamatek race leader. And he's going to go ahead and come down the apron here and come down pit road this time. So the 48 truck says, yep, I'm going to pit. But the 25 says he's going to stay out and see if we can go ahead and clinch a bonus point here for leading a lap. This will be our third leader tonight. And as Brandon Klusterhuis does take the lead. We're looking at the 48 truck, see if he comes down pit road. And probably is going to put tires on it 13 laps into the stint. And as you can see, a couple more drivers. The 46 truck comes down pit road. 15 trucks, some more drivers in your top 10 coming down pit road. Wouldn't be surprised if we see some more tires going on these machines. But Pamatat is out and away here. And I think he might just take gas only. Yeah, 6.3 might be just two tires. Or gas only, but here comes the issue. You have the 45 machine who's on, for sure, 4 sets of tires. As I have connectivity issues. Bit rate's going back up. We go from red to green here. But yeah, the race leader is currently Brandon Klusterhuis. Making sure, if you are watching in chat, go ahead and see if there's anything wrong with it. But we did lose a couple of frames there, but we're back up to the right bit rate as Brandon Klusterhuis does come down pit road. And by the way, I hate to mention it, but that gasoline stop might not work out here for Pamatat. As Storm is catching him, he's reeling him in. But we'll go ahead and give us another lead change for tonight. As not only does Klusterhuis pit. Let's see, taking a look at his pit time here. He is putting tires on his number 25 Iron Thunder Racing League Discord.gg/ITRL machine. So he's going to come out. He's actually going to lose a spot here to Jackson, but also going to have a little bit fresher tires. Jackson pitted 3 laps ago, so it's going to be 3 lap fresher tires. So he does lose a spot. But we're going to have ourselves the first actual battle for the lead tonight, as the number 45 machine is reeling in the number 48 machine. Getting ready to go back onto the NASCAR Oval 1 and 2. As Patterson closed in from that 2.3 second gap, it's now back down to about half a second, a little bit less actually, it's down to 0.2 of a second here. As we have seen a temporary pass through the backstretch chicane. We do not. He's going to probably set it up here to get ready to go through the front stretch chicane. He's going to be on the inside of him actually. They're going to be side by side through NASCAR 3 and 4. And it's not really much of a battle. Patterson's just going to go ahead and drive right by Pamitat. The Pamitat, I think, is going to save that set of tires. He might think here, we've seen enough fuel to make it to the end of the stage. And we'll go ahead and have ourselves a set of tires in case we do want to split that second stage in half. But again, the numbers have been told before the race is you should, and I'm putting should in quotation marks, be good on field to the end of the race from that stage point. So we shall see. Talk about Ray right now. He did pit quite some time ago. He pitted 11 laps ago, moves himself up into the top 6 here. Currently sitting in 6th, but he's chasing down that number 46 machine of Chris Gale. Sitting about 1.1, now a little bit less than a second behind him here, going through the first parts of the infield here. Matt Klisterhoos, I mean, he had a little bit of damage earlier. He's currently sitting outside the top 10 here in 11th. Matt Quick currently sitting in 10th. Kevin Hash in 9th. And then you see Josh Coley here sitting in 12th. I don't know. Talk about your biggest loser in the pit stop. I mean, I guess really your biggest loser would be Klisterhoos losing a spot here. Then also need to talk about Jackson, who did set the fastest lap on lap number 13 with a 1 minute. Sorry, with a, we'll give you the exact number, 81.920. So that's in all seconds. And currently with about 5 to go in the stage, it's currently chasing down that 48 machine as he's about 4.2 back. And he's reeling in. As there is actually a new fastest lap in this race going to the number 25 machine. He ran an 81.912 that last lap. So, I mean, tires do mean a difference here. And I think Pamitat's going to know that you're coming into the second stage in a situation where you might not even need to pin the second stage. Treston Knott's kind of slowly reeling in that number 7 machine here. Sorry, not 7, number 84 machine. For 7th place. As Cherry looks to be a little bit slow there through that first part of infield. Cherry on his pit stop didn't take tires. He was only on his pit road for 6.8 seconds. So there is that. Tires versus no tires is the current strategy we're seeing out here tonight. And it looks like tires for the win here. As Ott's currently trying to chase down this number 84 machine. In your top 10 currently you see 7 of our 12 chase drivers, and you see 3 non-chase drivers here in Gale, Rittenauer, and Hash. They're currently being designated on your right left side of your screen here by a yellow background box. In case you didn't know, you see it there. As again, it says we have some issues actually in the turn number 1. Oh, around goes a 13 into the 4 truck, and that does major damage. And then Balfans just loops it up here. Oh, that's going to do major damage. And then Lee has also more issues in the grass here. This is right beside your race leaders, your top 5 here. Oh, that truck's heavily damaged here. What happens to Lee? Nothing really happens here. Some major damage we see here on lap number 17 4 trucks gonna try to putter around here to get around pit road. Now here comes the question for Lee. Do you have a faster pair left? You don't. Oh, that's major dip issues here for this number 4 machine. Paul is hoping for a decent point stay, and that decent point they actually might come up crashing flames, man. By the way, the distance between second and third is now to 2.2 seconds here going into the backstretch chicane. Sorry, the front stretch chicane. As Jackson's closing in on that 48 machine. Again, tires versus no tires. And with tires, Storm Patterson's been able to pull out to about a 3-second lead here. Coming to about 3 laps to go on the stage. Again, for those of you watching at home, in case you don't know, stage points are paid out to your top 10. First place getting 10 points, last place in top 10, so 10th place gets 1 point. Some of these drivers, 7 of these drivers here, 6 of these drivers are in your top 10. Are currently trying to see if they can close in the points. Storm trying to increase his points lead, and everyone else is trying to catch on him. It does look like Matt Quick pitted there, so he's going to went ahead and forfeited some stage points as he comes down pit road. I'm going to guess potentially here, trying to come down before 2 to go into stage, put some tires on, and potentially flip the field coming into the last stage here. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. As Rittenauer is currently sitting in 5th, I think he might have gone around Gale there. Gale's still catching Rittenauer here. As when Storm does come to the start-finish line here, he actually just cross the start-finish line. Pit road's closed, so no one else can pit here. So the last truck on pit road for the stage that will not receive a penalty would be the 89 machine, who's coming back out on track. And he might be one of those drivers who did spend about 17 seconds in his pit box. I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of those drivers trying to slip this, trying to gain an advantage here. Instead, George had an issue. I don't think George had an issue there. I think his truck's fine. I don't think he had an issue. I think that thing's lying to me. Close situation here for 10th, about 4/10 of a second behind is Sort Ott. As he comes to the line to start lap number 19. Is some 46 seconds behind the race leader, who's getting ready to come down the back straightaway into the back stretch chicane. Allen has reeled in that 48 machine. This will become a battle for second here, getting ready to go into the back stretch chicane. A little hop there, a little hop there. Not only that, if these two do get to the tangling here on this last lap, Brent Klusterhuis is in the distance. So you need to watch here. Potentially some of these guys might lose 2 spots here. As Gale's going to go ahead and get around 87 machine. As I heard O'Kane, I don't know who that came off of. I don't know whose voice that was. We are on the white flag at the stage here, lap number 20. At the completion of this lap, we will go ahead and see the green and white flag. And points given out to your top 10. As it shouldn't be an issue here, as Storm Patterson has a 5.6 second here on Pamitat. But the question is, does Pamitat get 9 points, 8 points? Also, you need to look here. Klusterhuis is also in the competition now. Some of these guys might lose a point here by simply losing a spot. As the 48 looks to be a little bit wide here. Through the later part of the infield. Into NASCAR 1. Klusterhuis looks to be a little bit tight there, so he's going to lose a little bit of time. But Allen's all over the back bumper of the 48 machine, getting ready to go through the back stretch chicane for the final time in this stage. Oh, here goes Klusterhuis on the inside. He sent it in there. Off the track goes the 43 machine. Jackson might have got to slow down. Brain said he sent it in there. But coming to the line, your stage winner, Storm Patterson, cautions out. Second in the stage will be the number 48 machine, and Brandon Pamitat is able to withhold the 43 machine of Jackson Allen. Getting issues. I think Jackson might have potentially, a very slim chance, received one of those. You need to slow down and give up time. Cruisers did say he had a little bit of a wheel hop going into the backstretch chicane. So when he did send it in there a couple seconds ago, we can watch the replay. Watch it again. You can actually kind of see it here. You can see a wiggle on this number 25 machine going into the backstretch chicane. You see, hops on the brakes at the 5 sign. Oh yeah, the truck's all loose. But didn't make contact with Jackson. Jackson, I think, was well aware that he was there and was able to go ahead and make that quick maneuver. But the question is, how much time did that potentially give him a slowdown penalty for? I mean, it wasn't enough potentially to give him a DQ situation, as it looks like he potentially has given up enough of that time. As we're waiting for the situation of these guys coming around and catching the pace truck, which I wish I had a camera on the pace truck because that's some distance away here. But yeah, again, the 45 machine, Storm Patterson, is your stage winner tonight. He went ahead and got himself 10 points. Went ahead and increased his points lead on the number 25 machine, who was second place, 4 points back, to at least, 10 points compared to 9, 8, 7. He at least gained 3 points on him. So there is that. There's the iRacing.com pace truck. And there he is, the pace truck. So now, this is where it gets an interesting situation. When they come this time, they got 19 laps to go in the race. They come down pit road, put on tires, put some fuel in this machine, and then we get back going here. Probably see this being 2 to green this time by. So might be restarting with 16 laps to go in this race. Question is, how long can you go on field? Can you go 16 laps on field? Or on this 3.669 mile road course according to the Wikipedias? That's a very, very interesting question. Quickly look over your stage results. Again, it was this 45 machine of Storm Patterson. In second place was a 48 machine, receiving 9 points of Rand Pamitat. And third will be Jackson Allen, substitute driving for Calvin Mosier. And fourth in your stage would be Brandon Kluster, who's almost had a very, very sticky situation there into the backstretch chicane. Was able to go ahead and everyone was able to avoid it. Fifth in the stage, finishing fifth in the stage was Chris Gale. Sixth in the stage was Tresnott. Seventh in the stage was Matt Cherry. Eighth was Kevin Hash. Ninth, by the way, Kevin Hash for pit road, so your name will not be on there. Ninth in the stage will be Sawyer, and 10th will be Matthew Klusterhuis. So 3 non-chase drivers did earn some chase points here. A couple chase drivers who did not earn some stage points. The 33 machine did earn some stage points. 09, 89. The 89 might be flipping the stage here, and then George Balfan is. But we're under caution. We'll go ahead and put this on pit road camera. And we'll go ahead and take this opportunity. Go ahead and watch these guys come down pit road. And we'll grab some water. And get ready for the second half stage race tonight. But I'm expecting everyone except for that 89 machine to come down pit road. So there is that. So we'll go ahead and watch these guys come down pit road. And yeah. We'll be right back. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that time to go get some water yourself. I got myself a cup of water. We're good to go here. And a quick rundown of your top 10 after that pit stop and some potentially interesting strategies to see here. Storm Patterson did win the race off pit road. He's still your race leader here. He did take tires. Everyone in the top 10 did take tires, but him to be second. Third place, we'll see Jackson Allen. Fourth place will be Chris Gale. He gained a spot on pit road. And then Braden Klusterus will be fifth. In sixth place will be Matt Cherry. Seventh place on this restart will be trust or not. Eighth place on this restart will be Kevin Hash. Again, he will not have a name on his background thing because he started from pit road. Ninth place will be started out, and 10th place will be Josh Cully, another one of those drivers who started from pit road. But yeah, when everything gets back going here, we'll have 16 laps to go tonight. And the real question is, does anyone have anything for that 45 machine? Or is he just going to go ahead and win 2 races in a row? That's a real question here. Everyone's on equal tires again. You can see the 43 trying to get some heat into his tires there. I know he's one of those drivers people where when some people were seeing the entry list for tonight, everyone's going, that's a pretty good road course driver, so we need to watch out here. You see, he might come in here and surprise everyone and get that 43 truck some much needed points. I think we need to talk about Chris Gale. Chris Gale's had a very rough GT3 season and had a very rough truck series season, man. The last two seasons of racing we've done in the ITRL, Chris Gale's had a very rough time. I know he's missed a couple races for trips and vacations and whatnot, but he's currently sitting here in the top 5, sitting in 4th. He's been running in that 4th to 7th range all night long. So I mean, he's been pretty consistent tonight. And I know because I was talking with him a little earlier on tonight, and he said that he didn't know what to think for tonight's race. You know, his typical phrase is, "I hate this track." And he said he hated this track, and that usually means he's gonna have a terrible race. He's been again sitting pretty consistently top 10 all night long, top 5 for the majority of the race tonight. A pretty sneaky truck, but I have to say the least. If anything does happen, could potentially see in contention for anything late race. Again, we saw most of that first stage here. We saw some incidents. We saw a lot of incidents between that 4 and the 90, 94 truck. So, I mean, no full course cautions there either. By the way, for those Lee Overton fans at home, he potentially is called in a night, as his name's now grayed out on my timing screen 7 laps down. And that restart better be under review. As the 45 truck does jump out here to a massive lead, Jackson now was able to complete the pass here up to second. Hampton falls back to third in the restart. That's a very interesting thing to see there. The 45 truck. We'll go ahead and instant replay this here. I mean, the rule is all 4 tires on the pace truck need to be on the apron, so you can technically go right there if you wanted to, because this track doesn't have a restart zone. So he went right there, but then he made a lane change. I normally don't do this, and I've been told to probably do this a little bit more. I'm gonna pull in-race admin up into the booth real quick, because there's actually trouble. Scratch that, we can't do that. The 43 truck has gone around. Where is he? His name's dropping like a rock on a 2-foot creek. What happened to Jackson Allen? Oh, it just spun on him. Pow. And that's what Kelvin probably doesn't want to see. Goes from having a truck potentially finishing in the top 2 to finishing now probably 17th, 18th, 19th tonight. A lot of rear end damage. And it also said Paul Smith had some issues. I don't think Paul had some issues there, so there is that. But now we have the opportunity here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull him up here in the booth. In-race admin Dylan Hale.
Yes, sir.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
How is that restart not under review?
How is the restart not under review?
Storm changed lanes.
Whenever we're at road courses, specifically this one, it's next to impossible to maintain a lane with the restart. And so we've always gone under the guise of it doesn't matter here because of having that kink makes it really annoying. You want to be able to take the line. He did the jump because he could. He got out.
That part I'm not
got out. He just took the corner normally,
okay.
Which is fine.
Okay.
It's a weird quirk of the Charlotte rule, effectively. All of it. And it's something that I don't think we have ever called a lane change at this track because it's next to impossible, in my opinion.
Well, that answers my question. So, thank you for the response. I'll go ahead and move you back down to where the hell you were. But,
thank you so much.
As that was in-race admin Dylan Hill, he answered why there was no lane change there. But we did have a pass completed for second. The 25 machine went ahead and got around the 48 machine and moved himself up to second here. Now Jackson, by the way, he hasn't pitted yet. He's still on the racetrack with that rear end damage in those heated up tires. So there is that. Around goes the 12 machine. We caught this one live on tape, and he just said F it and towed. Let's see what happened to Paul. Right in front of the guy we were talking about, Jackson Allen. Oh, I think he clipped the curb and just got loose on him. Paul was another one of those drivers who did race during the GT3 series, and looks like Paul might have went ahead and called it a night tonight. Let's take a look at things here a little bit closer here since we did get on the restart. Not for the lead, it's almost 4 seconds between race leader and second place Brian Klusterhuis. With the battle for second still there, kind of. Habitat still within range here of the 25 machines, about a half second behind. By the way, Trestonot's moved his way up into the top 5. He's currently sitting 5th in that Apex Power Sports number 15 Silverado at the JCOM seal. Taking a look at things, Brian Mills currently racing. Oh, there's actually trouble! Oh, there's a truck around! Couple trucks! George has nowhere to go this time! Everyone else is able to get through some contact for the 87, contact for the 94. What happened to Brian? Oh, I just stepped out on him. Nothing can really do. And what happened to Jackson? Jackson said, nah, I think we just slowed through that situation here. As he's now back up to 16th place, so he's gained a couple spots. Question is, how far up can he go in the starting the field tonight to rebound? Is there any strategy call he can play? As we have a 3-truck battle for 4th here, as the 84s entered the realm here. Got around, it's actually a 5-truck battle. 6-truck battle, 4th all the way back to Hash and 8th are all right here. 15 truck a little bit loose here, trying to get on that accelerated pedal. This thing started to heat up here in the second stint of the race here, the second stage, the final stage, wherever you want to call it. And it's looking like Gale is just a tiny bit slower there. He got through the infield straight away. Now he's going to be challenged here as there's a new 5th place truck in Matt Cherry. A little bit of a rebound for him this week after a rough week last week at North Wilkesboro. And things have settled down just a tiny bit for 4th. Gale's going to pull ahead about a half a second, but Cherry is closing in. He's slowly closing in. has a little bit of a draft off that 46 truck and closes in a tiny bit through the backstretch chicane. Be about... Well, now he's going to lose some time here. It's actually not going to be challenged by the 15 machine. Another one of those drivers I was talking with pre-race saying that he didn't like this track. This track upsets him. This track, I think he's going to have a bad race tonight. And yet here he is running 6th place tonight. Pretty quiet race for him. Pretty quiet race for him and Sawyer. Sawyer has actually came through the field tonight. He, in case you're wondering, he started 22nd, so he's gained 15 spots tonight, up to 7th place. As he's now on the inside, outside, whatever you want to call it here. The 15 truck is actually going to lose 2 spots. Oh, he almost lost the truck there. Getting into the infield straightaway. And he's not done yet. Oh, around goes the L3 machine, battling with the 15 truck. Let's watch what happens. Oh, and it's just a situation of he just popped it off the curb. That's all that happened here. Nothing any driver really did wrong. Kevin just hopped it off the curb. And then Coley had nowhere to go, so he went through the grass. Now the question is, it says George has an incident. Is George just gonna get the remnants of this wreck? Or is... Let's see where he had an incident here. Oh, there's his incident. Alright. Okay, I thought it was just part of this, but no, it just loops on him, so it does a half spin. Tires are now probably pissed off at him. Tries to get back going. I mean, that's where we tuned into him. So he just had a little bit of a half spin there. As things have settled down again. You know, it's about a half second between, second and a half between a lot of drivers out here in the field tonight. George is on pit road. Oh no, he's not. It just might have been out of the realm of my stream here on the racetrack. A couple of drivers had some rough nights tonight. Matt Kluster's able to rebound here, currently sitting 9th here with 10 laps to go, after making contact with the spinning Ford truck earlier. So he's rebounded 9th. Quick thing in 10th here. Thought he was going to potentially try to flip the stage here underneath the caution. But he came down pit road. Probably was a smart choice to come down pit road and put some tires on it. And be equal with everyone else. As drivers are starting to reel in Patterson here. Oh, never mind. It was just looking like going through the front stretch chicane. As he's now, I don't know, still within about 4 seconds the distance between first and second here. Terry's starting to reel in here a little bit back onto that 46 truck. I really wanted to say the 84 truck there because, you know, Gale drove the 84 in the Premier Series a year ago. Now he's sitting here in the 46 truck for Shoulder Boys Racing. But I'm also now incorrect in a statement here. Brian Mills had an issue. Oh, he did what George did. Just gonna go for a little bit of a loop. And a loop. Some spin in there. As he was trying to get... Oh. Brian Mills, that's who he's getting around. I wasn't live. I was trying to say, who's he trying to get around? But he's trying to get around the now lap down truck, Brian Mills, who's had a very rough night tonight. If he gets every incident counted for like George did at Bristol, it might be a long list for him tonight. But now these two have to compete here with the number 13 truck. He's actually just going to stay high. He's got the blue and yellow flag probably in his top left corner, so I wouldn't be surprised if you're just like, yeah, go ahead and go. As 9 laps to go in tonight's event. The, what was it called? The Galaxy 147. It's 146.76 miles. So I don't know where to get 147. It's 146 and change, man. Taking a look at things, Tress not trying to rebound here after there's a little bit of an issue here. Closing in on his brother for 6th. also bringing in the 33 machine, Josh Coley. And taking a look at things here, Ray's currently closing in on Dave Madsen for 12th. I mean, those are some of your closer battles on the racetrack. I mean, Coley and the Yacht Brothers are the two closest battles on the racetrack. I mean, it's 7/10 of a second between second and third. I mean, Brandon's closing in a skosh here on the 45 machine, but every time I'll like tune in to see what's going on, they're entering a chicane. But I mean, the gap's shrinking. I mean, it was about 4 seconds. Now it's down to 3.7. So, I mean, he's closed in about 0.3 of a second. He has closed in. He's made some time up. It's just too little too late as it comes to 7 to go. Yes, I'm obviously, I was about to say my lap ahead here. But Gale has also been able to pull ahead here on Cherry. Almost 1.9 seconds here. Again, your first battle on the racetrack is actually this battle for 6th here. 6th, 7th, 8th, all in range here for this pass. More of a battle between 8th, 7th, 8th, Coley and Treston. And Ray is all over the back bumper of the 09 machine, Dave Madsen. So a couple of situations on the racetrack. And again, we're going to show every caution we can. Should be a caution, but it's not a caution. What happened to... Oh, it's going to happen again. Oh, this time, he got loose and then... Pow. And towed it and then said he's had enough. He'd be the third truck out of the race tonight. And it says Storm had an issue here. But Storm didn't have an issue. What do you mean Storm had... Oh, he blinked. Okay. I was to say, what do you mean that Storm had an issue? Storm didn't have an issue. I was watching the 45 truck for seconds on end. What do you mean he had an issue here? As we're coming to 6 laps to go this time. And the lap numbers are just starting to wind down. He's pulled his gap up to about 3.9 now before going into corner. So it's not like he's at really gained some time here. Things have started to settle down here for the battle for 6. Sawyer is able to gap Treston a tiny bit, and Treston's able to gap Coley a tiny bit. Ray's been gapped by Dave a tiny bit, so all those battles we saw on the racetrack have been widened. The gap has increased. So really nothing really going on the racetrack at this moment in time. Kind of a calm situation. As a battle per second's even increased. It's now 1.2 between Brandon and Brandon. Cherry falling 2.5 off of Gale. I mean, it's not quite over yet. Oh, Sawyer has a big moment entering the oval. And he's going to lose 2 spots. A big moment. Getting back onto the NASCAR oval here in 1 and 2. Let's watch it again. I think it's just coming off the banking here. Onto the banking. Yeah, exactly what the situation was. Just slid the tires just enough. Got a little bit loose there. And he lost 2 spots to go from being 6th to 8th. Fortunately, he had enough of a gap there to 9th place in Kloosterhuis. But now the battle's getting between the 33 and the 15 as they go through the front stretch chicane. 5 laps to go here. And again, we'll be back next week, by the way. We'll be at Talladega next week. Eric Church sang a song about Talladega, so we get to go to Talladega next week. Probably some 3-wide racing, a lot of wrecking going on there. As George yet again had an issue, and this time it just runs a little bit wide on him. Oh, and he makes contact with the wall there. Not George. I wouldn't say this is probably George's worst race, because we saw George's worst race. That was Bristol earlier this season. As Sawyer has closed back in here, trying to see if he can get back at least 7th. As Treston almost brushes the wall coming back onto the oval, and he gets a little bit loose entering the oval again. But this is some 23 seconds behind the race leader, who is now entering the front stretch chicane, getting ready to come to 4. laps to go. Again, Mills, Smith, and Overton have all called it a night tonight, in case you're wondering at home. And Jackson Allen has fight and clawed his way back into the top 10 here in 10th. So he's quietly been doing that. He's just had a little bit of an issue there. I think it might have been a cool tire situation. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, as he dives it in there on the 24 machine. Oh, man, there's almost some contact there. As Jackson says, hey, get the heck out of my way. I wanted to say something else, but I can't because we're on, we can't. By the way, this battle is heating back up here for 12th. And the battle for 6th has calmed down a tiny bit. Even for 7th place has calmed down. Well, I shouldn't say that because it looks like Coley reeled in Treston just a tiny bit there. Kevin was all over the back bumper here as they were able to complete a pass on Matson there. Ray did. Now he's going to be challenged here by the 03 machine, the 09 battling with the 03. As Coley now gets the outside of Treston here, getting ready to go down the back straightaway, getting into the backstretch chicane. Oh, Treston doesn't make contact with anything. He saves it. He's okay. Keeps going straight. Can't really go too wide in that situation. Treston found out the hard way. Let's watch it one more time. It's not the preferred line through there. And it looked like he just carried a little bit more speed because he's too wide here in this situation, getting ready to go into the backstretch chicane. So he's not running against the wall. So it's something he hasn't really dealt with tonight besides pacing. Now he's going to be challenged here as these 3 trucks are going to have to deal with Jackson Allen here coming up the next 3 laps. As we're approaching 3 laps to go, as Panitas also reeling in the 25 machine. So we got some action all over the racetrack here with 3 laps to go. Jackson trying to close in on the 15 truck. He's kind of there. He's basically on the back bumper through the latter corners here of the infield. And now we'll look on the inside here, getting back onto the oval. Treston a little bit loose. Now we'll be side by side again. See if Jackson can complete the pass before they get to the backstretch chicane. And he will, so he'll pass one of the 2 Ott brothers. Now set his eyes on the 35 machine as he gets ready to go into the backstretch chicane here. As Storm took 2 laps to go. Jackson's able to get through the backstretch chicane and get side by side with Sawyer. Sawyer's able to pass both the Ott brothers here with 3 laps to go, coming to 2 laps to go this time. Sawyer all over the back bumper of this 43 machine. As there was trouble for Dave. What happened to Dave? He got a little bit slower through the backstretch chicane. Ray got through there perfect and just dumped him. I know Ray didn't probably mean to do that, but that's rough for Dave, who's in the championship chase here. But Storm through the backstretch chicane for the penultimate time. And in case you don't know what the word penultimate means, like Michael Waltrip does, the second to last time. And through 3 and 4 for the penultimate time. 4.2 ahead of the Brandons. We'll go ahead and see the white flag from the flagman. 1 lap to go. And Storm probably will be the most excited driver I'll talk to you again. As he's right now, unless something happened here, will be getting his 5th win of the season. And is really looking throughout the field here. Everything is increased yet again, about a half second between the 2 Ott brothers, 8/10 second between the Brandons. Jackson's, I mean, he's closing in on Coley, but the question is, can he catch him here as he does run off course just a tiny bit? You might catch Coley here. The Storm getting ready to go through the infield part of the track for the final time. Dave has an issue. Let's see what happened to Dave. This is into the backstretch chicane. It's carrying at too much speed, trying to gain some time. And that's going to really just affect his race a lot here. The storm through 1 and 2 on the oval. Gets ready to enter the backstretch chicane for the final time tonight. Brandon was able to close in about a half a second here, but it's been about 4 seconds the gap ever since that restart. This 45 truck put on an ass whooping. We've seen a lot of ass whoopings over late here on road courses and throughout most of this truck season. But for the 5th time in the 7th season of the Iron Thunder Racing League Truck Series, Storm Patterson is your race winner. Oh, and oh, the wreck coming to line! What? Coming home fourth tonight, a pretty solid race for the number 46 machine, and Chris Gale's gonna go ahead and finish 4th tonight. Matt Cherry will come home 5th. Battle for 6th is heating up. Oh, Jackson almost did the same thing here as Pamitat. And rounding out your top 10 would be Matt Klisterhus. But what happened here? I mean, I know what happened. I know exactly what happened. Brandon just sent it. He straight up just sent it, trying to see if he can get second. And I mean, it's an exciting battle for second, but kind of unnecessary. These two are going to finish second, third, no matter what. And unnecessary 4X probably for both of them. I doubt there's any clean race bonus potentially in for one of these two, but it's just a situation where he sent it. And then you're also going to see the same thing kind of happen here between Jackson and Coley. Alan just sends it in and then just bloops over that turtle and almost took him out there. But they're still in the oval. They're a hell of a distance away from start finish line, so I mean, he hasn't done his burnout yet, as Aaron's having issues again. Oh no, the bit rate's gonna go back up. We're good. So the question is, when does our race leader Storm Patterson get back around the line, or is he out of fuel? Question is he out of fuel? Could that be a potential thought here? Oh no, they're getting ready for a picture. That's what they're doing. They're getting ready for a picture. I know what they're doing. They're getting ready for a picture. So while these guys go ahead and take their picture, we'll pull up 3rd place. Brain Pamitat. We'll pull him up. We'll talk to him, because I know he's probably tired, if it lets me. Boop, 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 boop. We'll pull him up into the booth. And we'll talk to him as he just speeds down pit road. If he's there.
What's going on?
Hello! You finished top 3 yet again.
Yeah, it was a wild last lap. I tried catching him. We both made mistakes catching Storm, and definitely made a big mistake on the last chicane. So both of us got really loose coming out of that turn, and we ended up wrecking. But we did hold 2nd and 3rd, so I always have a blast racing Brandon. We do it so clean, and there's so much respect between us, and I love racing him, to be honest.
Now you did make that battle for 3rd just a skosh closer, made to about a 10th of a second instead of a half a second. If you didn't kind of both have issues, we're going through that last chicane there. You did lead some laps tonight. I do have a question on your strategy call there. Why didn't you take tires?
I thought that the strategy for I didn't think that we were gonna have enough fuel to go to the end on that last run, to be honest. So in my head, I was like, "Oh, I'll save a set for the last stop, and hopefully just run them down later when they take their second set, probably at the stage." And it just didn't work out that way. But we still held the position, and we led a few laps, so that's some points. So although it didn't really play out, it definitely didn't hurt us.
Well, you're shaping up well. I mean, you came in tonight, what, 20 some points behind? So you're able to, well, never mind, you didn't really close in on the points, but you got some interesting tracks coming up here in the next 2 weeks, Talladega and Homestead. Do you think there's enough time for you to close that 20 some point gap you have to the 45 machine?
It's definitely going to be tough. The guys in front of me are really good, no matter really where we go. Talladega's a wild card. Storm could finish dead last, and I could finish right in front of him. Talladega's not in really any of our controls when it comes to the wrecks and the racing there. But if we have a solid points day there, maybe we could work together with a few guys, develop a strategy, and see what's going on with that. But when it comes down to Miami, I know that 45 is really good there. I know Klooster's pretty good there. Dingler's pretty good there. It's one of my favorite tracks. It's going to be definitely a tough one on that one, but it's definitely worth a shot. And I think that the momentum is obviously there, and we could definitely keep it going.
The momentum is there. If they were currently racing like NASCAR Heat 5, you'd get that thing that says, boom, momentum. Because you do have some momentum going through last couple of races here. Before we go ahead and let you go back down there, probably talk it over with, Storm and whoever I move you into a chat with. Is anyone like to give a shout out to you, a quick thank you for?
Yeah, of course. I want to shout out my dad, as always. Big supporter. Definitely there every week to give tips and stuff like that. I want to thank you for the broadcast. You do an amazing job every week, and we all love going back and watching what happened that we may have gotten tunnel visioned out during the race. I want to thank the Miller Place Fire Department. They are on the truck on the new wheeling scheme. Great group of guys, always really good hanging out with all those guys. And I definitely want to thank Splash and Go Graphics for this paint. They killed it on the Wheeling Engineering Silverado. And I also want to thank Brandon Kluserhus, just because there's so much respect between us. Really good friend of mine, and me and him have a blast every week racing each other, and there's so much respect, and we always laugh it off. Even if there's an incident or something like that. But we're on to Talladega next week.
Now I do have a question. Who at Splash and Go made your scheme?
Cosman.
Okay, that's all right. That's what I thought. I just had to ask.
Yes, he killed it on this. I gave him the inspiration of the IMSA Wheeling Engineering Action Express Cadillac, and I said, I want this, but I don't want this, and he absolutely killed it.
That he did. He also killed it tonight. Congratulations on your P3 finish. We'll go ahead and see you at Talladega next week.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
As that was our third place finish tonight in Brandon Pamitat. We'll go ahead and get our second place finisher up here. I know he's going to either A, be thrilled, or B, be exhausted. So we'll go ahead and pull him up here. That's our second place finisher tonight in Brandon Klusterhoos.
How's it going, bud?
Oh, it's a great time. Got to watch a pretty exciting race, a pretty exciting last chicane between you and the other Brandon. It was a pretty interesting race tonight, man.
Yeah. Some people, I guess, try to be heroes there, but that's the way racing goes. I just basically trying to see if maybe I could gain some points on Storm, but that definitely didn't happen. So these next couple weeks are just going to have to be perfect to see if maybe I can pull it out, but it's going to be a good battle to the end. What did I tell you there last week?
You could have probably told me that the sky was falling last week, and I don't remember.
Well, I said I think it's going to be a JCOM battle to the end there, and it's turning out to be that. So hopefully I can make it interesting there, and yeah, get this ITRL truck a championship.
Well, hopefully you can. Now I asked the other Brandon this question here. As you came into tonight a little bit better for point situations, you came about 4 points back, and you're probably going to finish, I don't know, maybe 8-10 points behind him. Over the next 2 weeks, how do you think you can do to potentially close in on that points gap going to Talladega and Homestead?
One of those things, you got to try to win the stages and hopefully win the race. It's very simple. It's winner go home. And yeah, I've made up over 17 points in one race, so I know it can be done, but I know Storm's going to be the toughest competitor to do it against. So might need a little bit of luck on our side, but I think I can pull it off. And next week's a wild card, so you just don't know what's going to happen.
Are you planning getting some practice in this week riding an official race either at iRacing Super Speedway or the U.S. Open Wheel Class C vehicle at Daytona?
You know, I won my first iRacing Super Speedway race this week, and in the second one I ran, I got dumped coming to the line. So, you know, it's one of those things. You're heading into the eye of the storm, and sometimes the racing gods like you, and sometimes they don't. So hopefully it'll be one of those times they favor me, and we can go to Homestead there, and we can try to race out for a championship.
I'm trying to think of another question. I don't think I have. The floor is yours for the next 30 seconds. Go ahead and say what you want. That's a PG and shout outs, thank yous. It's all the floor is yours.
You always know I keep it family friendly. I'd like to thank the fans for watching this great race. We tried making it exciting. Sorry I couldn't run them down at the end there, but at least I made the last corner good. I'd like to thank ITRL. If you want to join the Discord, scan that QR code. Thank you to Sawyer, Storm, Dresden, all my teammates. I see that, my brother got a top 10 tonight. Everything's good in the neighborhood, and let's see if we can make it happen these last couple weeks. Yeah. And, of course, last but not least, thanks for the broadcast, Alex. We always know you do an amazing job.
Now, I do have a question. Do you know if the kids eat free anywhere this week because Matt got a top 10?
I don't know. At Storm Patterson's street side barbecue, I think they do, but...
Well, congratulations on your PT finish tonight. Yeah, you have an average finish of 1.5 over the 2 road courses in this truck season, man. Probably the best average finish in this season for the road courses.
Yeah, it probably is, but, it just sucks it couldn't be that 1-0, right?
Right.
So, that's all right. We'll take the 1.5 or whatever, and we'll try to sweep them next year. I'm just so excited we got this road course program really worked around. Guys in the shop build good trucks, and, I just have to come out and perform.
Well, you've been performing as of late. Congratulations on your PT finish. We'll go ahead and see you at Talladega next week.
Thanks, man. I hope you have a good one, and let's see what we can do, man. It's going to be great.
You'll be a blast. As that was our second place finish tonight in Brain Clusters, all that leaves is our winner interview, as they're probably done taking this picture on the front back straight away. And so, you do know that no one heard that screaming coming into Discord.
I know.
Get a better mic, kid.
I literally have Asher A40s, but continue.
Anywho, we bring it up into the booth. Race winner tonight. Put on an absolute dominating performance. Storm Patterson.
Hey, buddy.
No, I did have a question there on that restart, but Dylan walked me over it. So,
Don't clear it up.
Yeah, he cleared it up.
I made sure to be told when I could go there. So
the going part wasn't the question. It was the
lane change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, road course. So there's not really lanes here. So yeah.
No, you've won 2 in a row. You've won 3 out of the last 4 dating back to the Oval, Charlotte. Is there anyone really stopping you here over the next 2 races, going into Homestead and Talladega?
I'm not sure what points are looking like right now. But I know Brandon's going to put up a good fight. I mean, he finished second and had good points on the stage, so he's not going to be too far behind me. I mean, maybe 10 points at the most, I think.
I was thinking 8, 10.
Yeah, I mean, about an 8 to 10 car gap. I mean, it's still definitely a battle. It's far from over. We still got 2 weeks left. Dega's going to be a big one. It's going to be just who's willing to risk the most. And, I don't know. Me and Brandon haven't talked about it much. With us being teammates, we usually work well together, and we'll figure something out. Maybe I'll have to push Brandon and repay the favor, like you said I should. So we'll figure something out. But this definitely is not far. It's far from over. Still a good bit of racing left, and still a fairly tight points battle. I'm not sure how far it is from second to third, but I know going into this, pretty much everyone was still mathematically eligible. So, yeah, I mean, it should be a great stretch here to the finish, and hopefully, I can become a 2-time Truck Series champ. That'd be cool. That's some elite company. I think only Ray's been able to do that.
When two
been able to
league
become
championships.
Yeah, get 2 championships in the series. So
because I don't think anyone has pulled 2 off in Rush. No one's pulled 2 off in Truck, and Ray's first one to win 2 in Premier.
2 Premier, yeah. So, I mean, championships have always been kind of like a sore spot for me. Finished second in Premier a few times, and like 3 times. And Trucks, I won a championship back in like 2019. So it's been a while. And, this season I would consider this a championship season. I don't think there's really a question about that. 5 wins in a season is something I didn't think I could really do. And I've kind of shocked myself, but I'm not questioning it. Keep on keeping on. And, it still makes the 2 times I've blue screened this season sting a little bit more every single time. So, I mean, I would love to see how many points we would have, like, really, if we didn't have our issues earlier in the season. So hopefully we can keep our nose clean and not have any issues here throughout the rest of the year, and we can cap it off at Homestead.
Well, I don't really have any other questions to ask here. The floor is yours for the next 30 seconds. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to, a quick thank you for, anything you want to say, as long as it's PG. The floor is yours.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to thank Mark Harris of Skybox NASCAR. You can listen to them look for Lanecoin Podcast on Spotify. You can listen to them. Big supporter of mine. I love Mark, man. I honestly, like, he's such a big supporter of mine, and I appreciate him so much. Pal Trade, Ott Company, JCOM, all of the JCOM guys, man. Just, especially like Brandon, just having Brandon's voice on my shoulder, and Sawyer coming up to congratulate me after the race, like all that means so much to me. And I've been running with these guys for years, so just stuff like that means a lot to me, and I'm very thankful to be running here. And yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my dog too.
Your dog just laying
it's
right
my dog,
next to you?
Yeah. No, he's outside. So.
Oh. Well, hang on, is your dog as cool as Chuck?
I mean, I'm a little bit biased, but Chuck's a homie. I love Chuck, so
it's like a tie situation there for.
I'd say
cool
it's
dog.
tied. Chuck's pretty cool.
I just gotta make sure we got that set in there, because we're fan favorite of Chuck here on the ITRL Racing.
Oh, everyone is. How couldn't you be a fan favorite of Chuck?
I don't know. That's a good question. We won't get on in that right now. We'll talk about it once I end the broadcast.
All right, buddy.
All right. Well, congratulations again on your 5th win of the season. We'll see you next week at Talladega.
Thank you for the broadcast, buddy. And we're gonna party it up tonight. Tell you what.
Well, do it responsibly, man. You probably have to get up tomorrow morning, so.
Nah, we don't talk about the fact that I have an 8 a.m. class. Nah. We're good.
Well, just do it responsibly, man.
I will.
As that is our race winner, Storm Patterson. Quickly, we'll go over your final running order tonight. Again, with Storm Patterson, your race winner. 2nd place was Brandon Klusterhus. 3rd place was Brandon Pamotet. Chris Gill coming home in a pretty amazing run for him in 4th. And then Matt Cherry around your top 5. Josh Coley, Jackson Allen rebounded to 7th there. Sawyer Ott, Tristan Ott, and Matt Klusterhus will round out your top 10. 11th will be Matt Quick. 12th will be Kevin Hash. 13th will be Ray Rittenauer. 14th tonight will be Shane Fuller. 15th tonight will be Marion Gregory. 16th tonight will be Dave Madison after a little bit of contact late in the race. 17th tonight will be George Balfans, as he'll be the last truck finished in the race tonight. In 18th will be Brian Mills. 19th will be Paul Smith. And 20th will be Late Overton. Ryan Dingler did connect tonight, so he's didn't actually run the race. He's unfortunately going to lose a lot of points tonight and kind of potentially mathematically eliminated. Well, that will do it for us here on the ITRL Racing Network. Again, we'll be back next week. Same time. We'll start at 7:55 on the Central Time Zone, 8:55 on the Eastern Seaboard, 5:55 on the West Coast. Anywhere else in the world, I couldn't tell you because I don't know time zones around the world. But we'll have a pretty exciting battle here over the next 2 weeks. We go to Talladega, then we go to Homestead, and then we'll have some off time between now and whoever runs next. And I'm hopefully going to get these guys to make up their mind, give me something to leak next week. That'd be kind of fun. But that'll do it for me. We'll be back again next week. Hope you guys have a great rest of your